Introduction. Which is that one substance without which survival of life forms on earth would become impossible? Yes, water. Plants wilt and die in the absence of water. Animals and human beings suffer dehydration when their water intake is inadequate. Thus, water is the most important necessity of life. In this lesson, we will learn about this precious commodity in detail. Water is essential for the survival of all living things, plants, animals, human beings, and other life forms. It covers 70% of our planet in the form of rivers, ponds, oceans, and streams, making Earth appear blue in color when seen from space. In fact, abundance of water has earned Earth the sobriquet, Blue Planet. Water is tasteless, odorless, and colorless. It dissolves many substances, so it is known as the universal solvent. It exists in nature in three states, that is, solid, liquid, and gas. In solid form, water is known as ice or snow. In gaseous form, water is known as water vapor or steam. But the most common form that water takes is the liquid form. It is in this form that it is known as water. A water molecule is made up of 2 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen atom. That is why water is represented by the chemical formula H2O. In our country, most of the rainfall occurs during June, July, and August. It gives us respite from the hot and humid summer. Sowing of many crops depends on monsoon. But what will happen if it rains heavily? Excessive rainfall leads to a rise in the water levels of ponds, lakes, and rivers, causing them to overflow. Such an overflow of these water bodies beyond their normal limits is known as floods. Floods destroy crops and cause damage to property and life. Floods triggered by heavy monsoon rains are an annual feature in India. Have you wondered how, despite consumption of water by living things on earth for hundreds of years, the balance of water on the planet has been maintained? It is the water cycle which makes it possible. The repeated changing of water in nature from liquid to gaseous form and then back to liquid form is called the water cycle. There are 4 main steps in water cycle. They are evaporation, condensation, precipitation, and collection. Have you ever wondered where the rain and snow goes after reaching earth? Rainwater flows as streams. It fills up ponds, lakes, and rivers. It falls into the sea and oceans. The snow falls on mountains and later melts into water. This water flows down the mountains in the form of streams and rivers. Thus, most of the water received from the sky finally flows into the oceans sooner or later. Not all the rainwater flows into rivers and ultimately into oceans. Some of it is absorbed by the soil as well. This water is known as groundwater. Groundwater is the source of water for many lakes and wells. Hand pumps and tube wells tap this source to provide water for consumption. However, overuse of groundwater has led to its depletion. As a result, we need to dig deeper and deeper to locate groundwater. In areas with little or no vegetation, the topsoil is loose and gets washed away by rainwater. Such areas get covered with concrete. As a result, there is reduced seepage of rainwater into the ground. This also contributes to reduction in groundwater. We use water for various different purposes. On an average, a human being consumes about 60,000 to 80,000 liters of water in his lifetime. Water is used in households for drinking, cooking, bathing, gardening, washing and cleaning purposes. Irrigation facilities improve agricultural output and help meet the growing demand for food from a growing world population. Irrigation acts as an insurance against the vagaries of nature. Water is also used in industries for cooling purposes. It is used in many industries as a solvent. It is also used to generate electricity. Besides, recreational activities such as swimming, fishing, sailing and other water sports require water.